Hello everyone, this is Priscilla with another episode of Grandma's Hands. Today I'm making dressing, or some people call it stuffing, but stuffing to me is when you put it in a bird. We're gonna have this today as a casserole. So anyway, I'm making that today for my grandkids and for myself. I love it. I'm doing a simpler version than what I grew up with because for time's sake, most of us won't do what the old people did back in the day, which was they made cornbread and biscuits literally like 3 or 4, maybe 5 days before time, and then they would put it in the, well, my mother, let me tell you what my mother did. She would take it, put it in a brown paper bag, and stick it in the refrigerator until she was ready to use it. And that could stay in the refrigerator for up to a week. And, we didn't think anything about it because it was good Sunday or Saturday night or Sunday dinner. It was delicious. So anyway, but I don't do that right now. In the future, we're going to go to an old lady's house that does her own dressing. She does that, baking the bread and the cornbread and all that stuff. And we're going to show you how it's really done. But today, we're doing it this way. Today, I am doing the dressing, and the first thing I do is I have onions and celery in here. And if you notice how fine I cut my onions and celery, this is about it's about 2 stalks of celery and only a half an onion. But like I said, I like it fine because it's really not to give it a whole lot more texture. It's more for the flavor of the onion and the celery. So you put that in the oven, 350 for about, I'd say 20 minutes, just to get the celery and the onion soft. And once that comes out of the oven, then you add your other ingredients. And today my ingredients are going to be chicken, and this is it's chicken, which this is just a rotisserie chicken that I got from Walmart. I got it last night. I like to put my chicken in the refrigerator, let it get cold, so the grease that is on the chicken, it's not as messy to debone and cut up once the grease is hardened. So I put it in the refrigerator the night before, and then the next day I cut it up. And I do that also for chicken salad, which I'll do a show on my chicken salad too. But anyway, rotisserie chicken. I use the Pepperidge Farm herb seasoned plastic stuffing. It's just breadcrumbs with a little bit of seasoning on it. I use a can of cream of chicken soup, and I use chicken stock, stovetop stuffing, which is just breadcrumbs that are seasoned. I get so much flack about using stovetop stuffing, but let me tell you, dressing has different seasonings in it. We remember mostly, or at least I remember mostly, sage. Well, if you get your stovetop stuffing, it already has plenty of sage in it. I do add a little bit more sage. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and get that out. Let's see, sage. As y'all see, I have a bunch of stuff in there. So anyway, sage. I use that. And then for the sake of having more vegetables and a little bit more nutrition in the dressing, I use broccoli and an egg to mix it all together. So anyway, that's the ingredients of the dressing. When my onions and my celery come out of the oven, which, like I said, it takes about 20 minutes, so I'm not going to keep y'all on here for 20 minutes while that does what it do in the oven. I'm going to let that do what it do, and I'm going to put y'all on hold. I'm going to pause it. When I come back, we will put this together. All right, everybody, the onions have come out of the oven. The celery has come, the onions and the celery has come out of the oven, and I went ahead and added the broccoli because it is cold. And if you notice how broccoli, when you got it frozen, it has a billion stems in it. So I'll go ahead and pour this in a bowl, and I try to take out the greenest part of the stem and put in here because I know that's closer to the top of the flour of the broccoli. Anyway, so that cooled it down, so my butter is now hardening up, which is fine because it's all going to melt together in a minute. So then I take my whole box of stovetop stuffing and I pour that in here. And as you see, all the herbs, sage and all, is in there. So I don't have to add anything extra, maybe just a little bit more sage. And I just take like a pinch, okay, a big pinch, and add to this mix because, like I said, that is what makes dressing is the flavor of sage for me. And then I take, I guess that's about a cup, maybe a little bit more than a cup of breadcrumbs. Put that in there. And I do all this in one bowl, and I do it with my hands. That's why I went ahead and put the gloves on. Makes it so much easier. I take the chicken. Again, it's warming up, so it's a little bit more, the fat's warming up on it, so it's a little bit more movable. And I mix all that in my pan. Next, cream of chicken soup. And finally, the egg. I'm careful with that because I don't want to get any shell in it, so I always let my egg go in slowly. So I take my hands, I mix all this up. You might make a mess. That is all the liquid that I use during the mixing. I get all the breadcrumbs wet with what I have in the pan. Grandbaby's coming in, so we'll see what happens. I have both of them in the house. Oh, she's being quiet, so hey, we love that. I'm Boo Boo. It's funny, they start calling me, my oldest grandson, I was calling him Boo Boo when he was little. Just beginning to say a few words, daddy, mommy, whatever. So I'm calling him Boo Boo, and he says, no, you Boo Boo. And I say, no, you Boo Boo. Anyway, we went back and forth about 5 times. I said, okay, I'm Boo Boo. And he's been calling me, they have actually been calling me that ever since. Everybody calls me Boo Boo now. So that is my name. So anyway, that is that for the mix it up of the casserole. We'll call it a casserole of dressing because that's pretty much what it is. And then I take my chicken stock, shake it, and then I pour it over the dressing. So in case something didn't get wet, it's going to be wet now. I do not pour the whole box. I pour about half a box. And this is, I think they might come in bigger and larger quantities, but I don't think they come smaller than this. This is a 32 ounce. So I pour about half of that in. That's about half of it into my pan. And that is my dressing. I'm going to put it in the oven again, 350, and this cooks about 45 minutes. My baby's helping me tape this, so about 45 minutes into the oven, and we will come back. I'll show you what that looks like, and they'll tell you what it tastes like in a bit. All right, folks, I'm back with my broccoli dressing casserole. It is finished up. It got a little brown because I put a little bit too much chicken broth in it, but it is still delicious. I tasted it. I wanted you to see what it looked like on the inside. It's still like a fluff dressing, just like you would have at a family gathering, Thanksgiving mostly, is where I've noticed that most people have dressing, don't know why. But either way it go, this is what it turned out to be, and we're about to have dinner. And I hope you have a happy Sunday, and I will see you next time here with Grandma's Hands. Have a good week. Bye-bye.